What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another video by Helmet 49ers podcast. I am your host, JT. That's me. My co-host is my dad.
What an exciting week, isn't it?
Yes, because we are doing the Seahawks versus the 49ers playoff preview podcast. It's in the Wildcard. First round. And don't forget to like
and subscribe.
Okay, let's begin. First, with the injuries, 2 players are coming back. Aaron Banks, our left guard. His substitute was Daniel Brunskill. And then one of our most important defenders, Dre Greenlaw.
Big play, Dre.
Yeah.
The Seahawks killer.
Yeah, he loves the Seahawks. He's done a lot. He's made a lot of game-saving plays.
It's the perfect time for Greenlaw to come back against the Seahawks. Yes, that's great. It looks like Jimmy G and Ambry Thomas are out. There's the only people that are out. This is probably the healthiest the Niners have been maybe the whole season. You know, because remember, Kittle was out in the beginning of the season. There were some injuries. So this may be the strongest they've been going into the playoffs, the strongest they've been the whole season. Perfect timing. So let's talk about the actual game, huh? The actual wild card game that we're going to be watching Saturday. So the Seahawks have not been doing so great lately. You know, they've been held under 14 points by the Niners for both of those games. And they haven't been doing too much recently. They did win against the Rams in the last game, but
that was really close. It went to overtime.
And that was a pretty low scoring game too. But the matchups here are really, really interesting, right? So let's go over some of the matchups between the Hawks and the Niners, huh? First one, we're looking at the big one, right? One of the big ones.
Charvarius Ward versus DK Metcalf. DK Metcalf has 1,048 receiving yards for the season.
Broke 1,000. That's pretty impressive. I mean, we loved it when Ayuk did it, huh?
So yeah, he has a bit less, but still over 1,000.
Yeah, the last time they played, Charvarius Ward,
locked him down. It was a pretty good lockdown. 55 yards.
Oh yeah, that's really good, man. Because Metcalf can be scary. I mean, his measurables, his
speed,
yeah, his height. It's pretty scary stuff. But Charvarius Ward did a good job last time. I'm hoping he continues that same trend coming up. Now, we also have something on the defensive side. Tariq Woolen, one of the Seahawks' star cornerbacks, who's a rookie, will be going up against, he could be going up against either one of our wide receivers,
Debo or Ayuk.
Yeah.
If I were the Seahawks, I'd go against Ayuk because over 1,000 yards, Debo hasn't gone over 1,000 yards. So I do that.
I am hoping for a Debo, coming out party,
We are always hoping for that, but that never happens.
This is the playoffs. This is next level, Shanahan hopefully will have some interesting plays for Debo. This is where you let it all hang out, the playoffs, man. We do or die.
I want to see him play with McCaffrey and Debo a lot.
Ooh, yeah, like two of those guys in the backfield. Yeah, that'd be awesome. But like I said, Tariq Woolen is a great cover corner. They also have Michael Jackson on the other side on the corner. So they're
Jackson.
Yeah, exactly, that guy. he's playing the NFL now. But anyways, their cornerbacks are pretty good. That's probably their strength of their defense, actually. So let's hope our receivers can get open and make some plays. Of course, Bosa is another matchup. I say Bosa versus Geno. As long as he doesn't land on top of him, I think we'll get some sacks tomorrow.
He's hungry for more, even when I think he's locked up the Defensive Player of the Year.
Yeah, exactly. The regular season's over. No more sack counts anymore.
For the playoffs, it would be nice to lead.
Yeah, we'll still keep counting. We'll still be cheering Bosa on for as many sacks as he can get against Geno. On the other side, Kenneth Walker, a possible offensive rookie player of the year.
No, it's gonna be Brock Purdy.
It should be Brock Purdy. Yes, you're right. But he has a chance, albeit slim. Just kidding. But he's going to go up against our awesome D line, linebackers, big play Dre, all pro Fred, you know, Givens will be in there, Armstead, Kinlaw. It's going to be. Do you think he's going to be able to break 100 yards?
With our really good defense, and they haven't been playing the best, but still good enough to not let them get 100 yards.
We've never have, right?
Even though he's on a hot streak 3 games in a row, I still don't think that we're gonna let him get over 100 yards.
I think so. I think this is where he hits that wall, and that wall is called the gold front. I just made that up, okay? All right. A couple of other matchups. Kittle. I've heard that their middle of their defense is their weakness. So Kittle over the middle, CMC catching those passes. Oh, man. I think this should be a field day for those two players, don't you think?
Yeah, it's set up to be a great game for them.
I mean,
it's at home too, so it could possibly be better.
Exactly, yes. And Kittle's been hot, as we all know, been catching a couple of touchdowns.
McCaffrey, MC Player of the Month. That tells you how hot he is.
Yeah, that's right. Man, all the accolades are just pouring in right now. Yeah, Kittle's finished up the regular season with 765 yards, 11 touchdowns, which is awesome. Last time CMC played the Seahawks, he ran for over 100 yards, 108 yards, I believe, in week 15. But Seattle's defense, they're pretty suspect some places. Like the run game. What have they been allowing for Seattle's run defense?
4.7 yards per carry allowed.
No, that's I like that number. 4.7. I think we're going to be busting 5 or 6 yards.
Especially with CMC, an amazing running back. We should be able to do it.
Amazing. I mean, yeah, exactly. They've also allowed a lot of receiving, like I said, to the tight ends and running backs. About 100, over 100 rating, QB rating allowed to both running backs and tight ends. It's things are all pointing towards the Niners for a nice win, I would say. Oh, don't ever want to get too overconfident, you know?
Yeah, that's why I'm never saying that we're going to win, even if we're up 33-0 at halftime.
Vikings. Goats.
I'm not going to say we're going to win. Only when there's
yes.
Only when there's like 1 second left. Even if we're up 100-0 at halftime, I'm still going to say we're going to win.
But you could feel a little confident, but you just won't say it. Understood. Totally understand that. How about the rest of our offense? We didn't even talk about Purdy. It seems like Purdy is forgotten sometimes. But Brock Purdy, man, is he going to bring it? It's another test every week. It's something new. And then this time, it's going to be the first time he has to play against an opponent that he's already played before.
Well, bigger than that, it's the playoffs. That's a big test.
Exactly. You're right. Exactly. It's the playoffs. But he's been so cool and calm. I don't know. It might not faze him at all. Then the weather is something else, right? It's going to be rainy. How does he fare in wet, rainy, maybe windy conditions?
Why does the rain have to happen now?
You just got to make it all dramatic, I think.
This is our biggest Super Bowl run, like, in a while.
Yeah, not since 2019 or 2021.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We're like high up. If I maybe in 2019 we were, but it's felt like a while.
Yeah. We were clawing and scratching last year to get into the playoffs and get through all the different teams, Green Bay and the Cowboys, the Rams. Yeah. So that's another test for Brock Purdy to pass. Will he be able to win a playoff game in wet conditions versus an opponent that they've seen him once before? So they might be able to throw a couple of wrinkles, look at some tape, and see how they can, beat Brock Purdy or confuse him or something. So there's a lot of questions. More tests, always more tests until he wins the big one, basically. So
And
yeah, and then Mitchell, man, he's just awesome, isn't he?
yeah, that's all you could say. He's just
I
awesome.
mean, what did he have? 11-yard average or something like that. 5 carries for 55 yards, I think it was last game. He just comes off of IR and he's just on fire.
Yeah, I've never seen anyone do that. No, I've seen Mitchell do it, so I think
Twice.
I think I've seen it all from Mitchell already. He's already proven, except for the injuries. If he just doesn't get
Mhm.
injured, he's like a perfect running back.
Mm-hmm.
And plus, if he could actually receive and like that's maybe his hidden talent, we have two Christian McCaffreys basically, one actual Christian McCaffrey, and then Elijah Mitchell, who's going to be a Christian McCaffrey.
Oh man, it's just too much riches for one team, but I'll take it. I'll take it. So, who do you think? Have we thought about who you think will have a big game offensively?
I think, okay, this might be kind of obvious, but I would say Christian McCaffrey. This is going to be very unusual, but I would say over 100 rushing yards
Yep.
and over 100 receiving yards. I just have the feeling because
I like that.
they have allowed 102.7 rating against running backs receiving. So I just think that's going to happen.
Yeah, that's 27th in the NFL, so they're near the bottom, defending, receiving running backs, and CMC is probably the best in the NFL. So
Worst case scenario for them.
yeah. How about defensive side? What do you think about that?
Big play Dre does it again. One interception and one fumble, and leads the team tackles with like 10.
Yes, that sounds really good to me too. Um, I would go. I'm looking for Debo to pop off. I'm looking for his.
I think we both said that like every week.
I think he is ready to run. I think he's ready to take it all and take it to the house. He's just hungry and he loves the playoffs. Man, and he finally got his feet wet last week. So I think he is revving to go, and I think Shanahan will want to put those little wrinkles in against the Seahawks, and I think he'll have a good game. I'm looking at 60 yards receiving and about 50 yards rushing and touchdown.
That's a breakout game for you?
Yeah.
60 yards receiving, 50 yards rushing?
A little conservative. I'm not saying he's.
I think McCaffrey
but he's
always
he's
does
going to
better than
score.
that.
He's going to score, and he's going to be. CMC is probably even a better all around player both ways, receiving and rushing. But Debo, I'm not gonna go crazy because they have great cornerbacks. Receiving will be tough, but we'll use them in other situations too.
One rushing, one receiving?
Oh, I won't say that, but I would say a rushing touchdown for Debo.
I like that.
I'm ready for the wide back to come back here. Defensively, you took my big play Dre because I love that guy going against the Seahawks. Let's go. Let's go to the other safety, not Gibson. I know he had a great game with 2 interceptions last game.
Well, they were like 50 yards overthrown. So
Yeah, exactly. I think Hufanga, this guy has gotten so much accolades lately. I think he's going to be ready to say, "Hey, I am worth it. I did deserve those votes." We'll be talking about the whole All Pro thing pretty soon. But
some stalkers.
yeah, exactly. But I think he's going to say, "I'm going to clean up my game. I'm going to be focused. I think he will have a good game, very good game in this one defensively. So yeah, that's
Yeah,
it.
that's pretty good reasoning.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. So how about predictions for scores? Huh? What do you think? Huh?
I think. Oh, is it my take off when you think about this?
Mm,
I would say hmm, this 38-17.
okay, okay. That's good. That's good. 38-17, huh? All right. I'm gonna cut it down a bit. I'm gonna say 28-13. I'm gonna say, wet conditions might might throw things off with scoring. Be a little wet and muddy, possibly. Um, but I like your score better. I want the Niners to keep their offense to keep scoring as much as they have been, in the 30s. That'd be great. I'm looking for them to take control of this game. We just have to be careful that Pete Carroll doesn't do any kind of trickery. That's that's what I'm afraid of.
He's
Besides the
gonna
weather,
fake punt.
fake punt, whatever it may be, fake field
Honestly,
goal.
I feel like we should just start like doing coverage instead. Cause I'm sorry to be negative, but I don't think we're gonna block a punt.
It's like you're playing Madden here. True, true. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, our coach, our special teams coach, was with the Seahawks before. So he knows Pete Carroll, and he probably knows the things he likes to do trickery wise on special teams. He might even go on fourth downs more. What has he got to lose, right? They're
The
like,
playoffs.
oh yeah, I know, but they just scraped in and got into the playoffs. So right now, you know, we have more pressure on us because we're supposed to win. So we'll see. We'll see. I believe the Niners will should handily defeat the Seahawks and get to the next round of the playoffs. So
Hopefully, no guarantees, obviously.
yeah, any given Sunday, and that's why they play the game and all the other cliches. But it's true.
Yeah, this time it's on a Saturday
Yep. I think
at 1:30.
about 1:30, I believe. Yeah. And yep, at Levi. So um we won't be able to be there that in that game, but
Yes,
we will be watching with family and rooting for our Niners.
to win and move on to the divisional round.
Yes, exactly. Who's next, basically?
Cowboys.
We'll see. We'll see.
I bet you it's gonna be the Seahawks and the Cowboys, our biggest rivals. Okay, well that wraps up for today's video. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we will be doing all pro review sometime
Mm-hmm.
soon. And goodbye.